Good Wednesday morning. It is the 3rd of September 2025. This is quite a cool shot that's going to try to come closer to us, but it's going to first dive down here in the Midwest and then move out. Today we get up pretty warm. We're getting into that southwest flow, so up around 80 or so, even into the low 80s tomorrow, and even maybe mid and upper 80s possible on Friday. Could we hit 90? We usually do warm well, so wouldn't surprise me. Still mid-80s on Saturday, but we'll see an increase in some clouds and hopefully some showers in the afternoon. We do have a chance to shower some thunderstorms tomorrow as well, which we really, really need, so I'm hoping we get it. Then we cool off again into the mid-70s, but the long range, as I look way up into the future, looks like the nice weather will stick around a little bit longer into next week and still dry, but then return flow and southerly wind should heat us up as we get later into September. So this nice stretch will go away. Hopefully we get some rain with it. So here we are. You can see us here. We're still looking pretty warm and dry today. And then this front comes and approaches tomorrow, and that's where we can hope for some showers and storms. Ended up being showers and storms likely on the maps. We'll have to see if that comes true. I don't like the trajectory, honestly, of the rainfall. It makes me worry about some what we call rain shadow off the mountains. West-east moving storms for us here in Loudoun. They tend to split or not be as wet, at least in the western parts. We'll just have to see if that comes true. Again, this is that cold, very cold low pressure system up here in the north. And, it's causing some snow and stuff up into Canada. It gets a little bit reinforced, and this is when the cool air finally gets to us by Sunday. Cooler, but not too out of, normal or what we've been seeing over the last week or so in the mid-70s. Nighttime lows should be really chilly, though. 40s for sure. So this comes in, it's around through midweek, and then we see what I call cold air damming. Not I call, but that's what it's called. When the air is dammed up east of the mountains, keeping us in the cooler side of things in the 70s pretty much. And maybe a little bit of an easterly fetch, so it wouldn't be surprised if some clouds start to be a challenge. Now we gotta hope that a coastal forms here. There is some indication that maybe something would happen. If that does happen, maybe we can get some rain in here next week. It's kind of hard to see. There were hints that there'd be a low pressure system around here about this time, so I'd say I wouldn't write it off that there could be a low. And some moisture looks like it's trying to. This is a strong easterly fetch. That's why we're seeing all this rain and the front's hung up here. I hope this comes true. This is slow moving, drenching rain. It's going to be dreary, don't get me wrong. But at least we would get some rain into the region that we really vitally need. Here is whatever's going to happen with Gabriel. Gabriel will probably form today in the Atlantic, in the tropical Atlantic. I don't think it's headed for the East Coast because of the way things are lined up, but it's going to be a close call. We'll have to see what the models show and the long range. This high isn't going to be too easy, but I think there's going to be some weakness, and so it'll probably go northeast just like the previous ones. What this does mean is we get another cooler shot as this low gets near the coast. So, although I think temperatures in the upper levels will be a little bit warmer, the lower levels may cool because of easterly wind. So we'll have to see. It's so far off, I wouldn't bet, and we can see what the warming looks like in the upper atmosphere as we head into the extended. You're definitely going to see it. So, here, look at the upper atmosphere to kind of tell us what's happening with the cooler temperatures. You can see the really cold pool up here in Canada. Here we are. We're still in the below normal, even though we get up near 80 or so today, which is pretty normal actually this time of year. We're staying in the 80s for the next couple of days. And you can see that with a little bit of warm up as we go to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It still kind of remains, and then finally the push of cool air comes in Saturday when the front comes through. A little bit of showers possible, and much cooler temperatures in by Sunday. When I say much cooler, pretty similar to what we had before with mid-70s. The coldest of the pool of air looks like it stays to our north. That doesn't mean we won't have cool nights in the 40s and daytime highs in the 70s. I'd say maybe upper 40s, low 50s is pretty much what we're looking at. Similar to what we've been having, honestly. And then if you look at the extended, we kind of go towards near normal, and then this is that big warm-up that the models continue to predict as we get some cold air plunging here in the west. It's going to respond by pumping up the east with a warmer air. How warm it gets will be dependent. This looks pretty normal as far as air goes. And then in the very extended, this is that time period where we're starting to see the easterly fetch off the ocean. So maybe not as warm as it could have been, but still seeing temperatures get above normal, especially in the upper atmosphere. And this is a huge warm up. So we go from a very good cold shot to a very big warm shot within about a 7 to 10 day period. Exactly how warm it gets will depend, and then this is another unleashing of colder air. This low, when it moves out, could help to drag this cooler east, so we'll have to see. But at least it looks like a middle part of the month we could really warm up. Anyway, that is kind of what we're seeing overall for the forecast for the rain. Not too bad. I mean, we definitely need the rain. This doesn't look like it's too bad of a shot of some precipitation over the next. We'll go first to 48 hours or 72 hours. This is showing us the first round of rain. About not much, like 2/10 to maybe 3/10 of an inch of rain. And then the secondary push on Saturday could bring us up another 2 to 3. So maybe as much as a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain as possible in the area. Gotta hope we can eke out more out of a thunderstorm or something of that nature. And then if we look at the overall kind of temperature outlook, this is lining up well with what I was showing with the cooler than normal temps in the medium range. Then in the long range, even though it's cooler here, we can see that heat up trying to go. This is because of that ocean influence and the colder from the ocean and the high off the ocean. So anyway, we'll see. I think this is going to probably flip to at least near normal in the next updates. All right, that's the outlook for Wednesday, September 3rd. Have an awesome day.